then let God lead us. From that evening, their bond began to grow. Chuck started attending church quietly, just to understand her world. He listened to sermons, sometimes even joined in prayers. The congregation whispered, "Isn't that the famous billionaire?" But Amaka didn't care. She saw beyond the money. She saw a man searching for something deeper, and slowly, Chuck found himself falling not just for Amaka but for the God she served. Weeks turned into months. Amaka and Chuck grew close, their bond stronger with every meeting. Chuck admired her simplicity, her faith, her refusal to be dazzled by his wealth. Amaka admired his humility, the way he was changing, becoming softer, more thoughtful, even curious about God. But not everyone was happy. One Sunday afternoon, Chuck took Amaka to his family mansion in Akui. The gates opened to reveal a palace-like house, with expensive cars glittering in the driveway. Amaka's steps slowed. She had never seen such wealth up close. Inside, they were welcomed by Chuck's mother, Lady Obi, a regal woman dressed in lace and diamonds. Her presence commanding respect. At first, she smiled politely, but as soon as she learned Amaka's background, her smile vanished. "Wait." Lady Obi interrupted sharply. "You mean to tell me you are an orphan? No family, no name?" Amaka's cheeks burned. She bowed her head in silence. Chuck quickly stepped in. "Mother, that doesn't matter. What matters is who she is now." But Lady Obi's eyes flashed. "It matters to me. My son, a billionaire, heir to the Obi legacy, cannot marry a girl with no background, no class, no status. What will society say? Do you want to stain our name?" "Mother, no." Chuck, Lady Obi thundered. "This is not love. It's a disgrace. If she thinks she can climb into our family by pretending to be holy and humble, she is mistaken. I will never allow this." Tears welled in Amaka's eyes, but she stood tall. Softly, she said, "Ma, I am not here to take anything from your son. I am content with the life God has given me. If you believe I am not worthy, I will walk away." She turned to leave, but Chuck grabbed her hand. "No, you will not walk away. If my mother cannot see your worth, I will show her myself." That night, a storm broke between mother and son. Lady Obi called in relatives, even threatened to cut him off. "Choose her, and you lose your inheritance," she warned. But Chuck was unshaken. "If wealth is the price of love, then let the money go. I choose Amaka." Word spread quickly among Lagos high society. Chuck Obi is throwing away his fortune for a church girl with nothing. Gossip filled the air, mocking Amaka. At work, colleagues whispered behind her back. In church, some even doubted, warning her, "Rich men don't change. Be careful." But Amaka clung to her mantle and prayed every night, "Lord, you who saved me from death, fight this battle for me if this love is your will. No power can destroy it." Meanwhile, Chuck stood firm against his family's pressure, and those storms ragged around them, their love only grew stronger. Lady Obi was not a woman to be challenged in her world. Power always won. If her son thought love could overthrow status, she would prove him wrong. She gathered her sisters and trusted friends. "This girl must lead my son," she declared. "If love has blinded him, then we shall open his eyes with the truth, even if we have to create it." And so, the plan began. One evening, Amaka was leaving her office when a flashy car pulled up. A strange woman stepped out, elegantly dressed, dripping in gold. She approached Amaka with a cold smile. "You must be Amaka," she said. "Yes, who are you?" Amaka asked cautiously. "I'm Chuck's fiancé," the woman said smoothly. "We've been together for years. He's only playing with you. Ask him about me if you don't believe it." Amaka's knees weakened, her heart raced. But the woman wasn't done. She pulled out staged photos. Chuck at events, with her by his side, smiling. The images looked convincing. "Don't waste your time, my dear," the woman sneered. "Rich men don't marry girls like you. They use you, then throw you away." Tears stung Amaka's eyes. She ran home that night, broken. She didn't call Chuck. She didn't answer his texts. She prayed, but doubt crept in. Meanwhile, Lady Obi's circle spread fresh gossip in society. "Amaka is a gold digger," she trapped Chuck with church tricks. She's after his wealth. The whispers grew louder until even church members began to question her. Some muttered, "Maybe Sister Amaka is not as innocent as she looks." Chuck noticed her silence and stormed to her apartment. "Amaka, what's wrong? Why are you avoiding me?" She finally confronted him with the photos. "Chuck, is it true? Do you already have someone else?" He stared at the pictures, then laughed bitterly. "So this is their plan, Amaka? Listen to me, this woman is nothing to me. Yes, she's someone I used to know from society events, but I never loved her. My mother must be behind this." But Amaka's eyes were full of pain. "Chuck, I don't know what to believe anymore. I've been mocked, insulted, dragged through the mud. Maybe your family is right. I don't belong in your world. Don't say that," he shouted, grabbing her hands. "Amaka, you belong with me. Don't let them win. Don't let lies steal what God has given us." She looked away, torn between love and fear that night, as she cried on her bed. Clutching her mantle, she whispered, "Lord, if this love is truly from you, prove it. Expose every lie. Fight for me and far away in Lady Obi's mansion." Another plan was being hatched this time. Far more dangerous days passed, and the tension between Amaka and Chuck grew heavy. Doubt clouded her heart, while Chuck fought endlessly to reassure her. But God had heard Amaka's midnight cry one Sunday. Chuck invited Amaka to a family dinner again. Determined to prove his love openly, she didn't want to go, but something in her spirit urged her to be strong. She carried her mantle in her bag, whispering prayers as she stepped into the Obi mansion. The atmosphere was icy. Lady Obi sat like a queen on her throne. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so we can keep growing together. Every subscriber is like a new friend to me. Please subscribe and let's share this journey. Her sisters and friends gathered. Ready for battle. At her side stood the same glamorous woman who had confronted Amaka days earlier. Lady Obi began. "Amaka, tonight we shall put an end to this game." This, she gestured to the woman, is Chuck's true fiancée. She has proof. "You are nothing but a liar." The woman smirked and brought out more photographs. This time as stack. "See, everyone? Chuck and I had private dinners, in hotels, on trips abroad." Guests filled the room. Some of the relatives shook their heads in pity at Amaka. Chuck slammed the table. "Enough, these are fake. Mother, how low will you go?" But Lady Obi only smiled, convinced the trap was sealed. If she is truly innocent, let God himself expose the truth. The words hung heavy in the air. Amaka felt a surge of faith. Slowly, she rose from her seat, trembling but bold. She reached into her bag, pulled out her white mantle, and laid it on the table. "Let it be so," she said softly. "If I am guilty, may shame cover me. But if I am innocent, may God reveal the truth tonight." The room grew still. Suddenly, the glamorous woman who had claimed to be Chuck's fiancée began to shift uneasily. Sweat formed on her forehead. She tried to speak, but her voice cracked. Then, in front of everyone, she broke down. "It's a lie," she cried. "All of it is a lie. Lady Obi paid me to do this. She gave me the photos, told me to frame Amaka, told me to destroy her reputation." Chaos erupted. Relatives shouted in shock. Chuck's eyes widened with fury. "Mother," he thundered, "how could you stoop this low?" Lady Obi's face went pale for the first time. Her power slipped. She stammered, unable to defend herself. Amaka, tears streaming down her cheeks, lifted her mantle and whispered, "Thank you, Jesus." Chuck walked to her side and took her hand firmly. "Facing the entire family, you all heard the truth. Amaka is innocent. She is my choice. No scheme, no lie, no power of man will take her from me." Some of the relatives, touched by Amaka's humility and faith, began to murmur, "This girl is different. Perhaps she truly is God sent." Lady Obi, humiliated, stormed out of the hall, but deep down, she knew something terrifying this girl she despised carried. A power no wealth could buy. The favor of God. After the dramatic exposure, Lady Obi's heart grew bitter. For days, she avoided Chuck and Amaka, ashamed of her schemes. But God was not done with her. One evening, Chuck collapsed in his office after a sudden health scare. Doctors rushed in, diagnosing stress and exhaustion. But the family panicked. It seemed far worse. Lady Obi wept at his bedside, praying to the God she had mocked. Lord, don't take my son. Forgive me, forgive my pride. When Amaka arrived, she brought her mantle quietly. She laid it on Chike's chest and prayed with tears in her eyes. Father, you saved me once. Save him now. Show this family your power within hours. Chike's strength returned. He opened his eyes, weak but alive, and the doctors marveled at his sudden recovery. Lady Obi fell to her knees. Amaka, forgive me. I see now that God is with you. You are not just worthy, you are chosen. From that day, her heart softened. She embraced Amaka like a daughter. The gossip in society died down, replaced by admiration. The orphan girl who carried grace has won the heart of a billionaire and his family. 2 months later, Chike and Amaka stood at the altar in a grand wedding, surrounded by friends, family, and church members. Amaka wore a simple but elegant gown, her mantle hidden within, close to her heart as the pastor declared them husband and wife. Chike whispered, "You are my miracle." Amaka smiled through her tears, "And you are my answered prayer." Their story spread far and wide, not just as a love story, but as a testimony. For Amaka's life proved one truth: when God is with you, number trap, no lie. No power of man can stop your destiny. And so the orphan girl who once entered a one chance bus walked out not just free but into a future filled with love, wealth, and divine favor. Amaka's journey reminds us that life may throw us into danger, rejection, and lies, but when God is with us, no weapon formed against us can prosper. The mantle in her bag was not just cloth, it symbolized the presence of God that shielded her from harm, exposed lies, and opened doors no one could shut. God's protection is real even in the darkest places. He can deliver. Amaka entered the one chance bus surrounded by danger, but the mantle in her bag carried the presence of God. When men planned evil, God turned it into deliverance. This shows that no matter the trap of the enemy, God's covering is enough to bring you out alive. If you have watched this video too, and please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you won't miss any updates of Amaka's next story. And if you enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a like. It really means a lot to us.